wrench.
Well, we're back.
Oh, we are back?
Coming off of a victory.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like, start on the pole, take the opportunity. There's that. Tonight we're not going to be so lucky because we have the handicap system like we briefly touched on last week, and we also got heat races. We don't have our heat races skipped because there's no open mods. So there's a lot of things different. We don't have to deal with rubber on the racetrack. So a little bit of setup change this week too. I mean, threw 50 pounds in the cars, try and get the thing to turn. I don't know. Gonna have to play it by ear like we always do and see what the racetrack gives us.
20 minutes later.
You only get one of these if you win. Which is not really that true, but...
2 hours later.
Yo,
What you got there?
not sponsored, but I do like me some Waffle House. Coffee helped me win last week. I had like 2 or 3 cups.
How was practice for you?
Because I only went out for 1 round. I didn't feel the need to do the second. It was a little snug when I was going through the center. Coming up off, it was fine, but I don't know. I just got to figure out my order of operations, and then we'll make a game plan for the heat. So we actually got heats. And then I guess we'll figure it out for the feature. I don't know. It's a bit of a challenge working with an extra 50 pounds on the car. I mean, like, I can feel it. You know, like I didn't think I was going to be able to feel it quite as much as I do, but at the same time, it's also not completely like out to lunch. It's not out in the parking lot.
Later that same evening.
Attention, limited late models. Let's get them all back to your space, please. Limited late models. Let's get them all back to your space, please.
Now Wayne Corey tries to get a nice run off turn number 2. That's the orange and white number 10 car, following in the tire tracks of the 43 of Duran. Speaking of white, the white flag is out. Less than a half a mile, it's all going to be history.
Wayne Corey Jr. took a look to the inside of Duran in the battle for 4th, but the 43 is able to hold on for now. Goes a little bit wide off of 2. Corey's not done yet. He's still trying to take that 4th position.
Certainly is, and while that is happening, here comes Ryan Fern. He's not to be left out of the big dance. Checkered flag is out. Zach Robinson will take down the win. Darrell Keene will finish in 2nd. Adam Gray for 3rd. Andrew Duran for 4th. Wayne Corey for 5.
Ryan Fern finishes 6th. Chris Buffoni is the last to qualify in the handicap in 7th. Richard Ciriello finishes 8th, and Alex Fern doesn't even complete a lap. It looked like that car was shaking on the front straightaway, vibrating, and she pulled it on the pit road, finishes dead last.
Alright, so you guys already know what time it is. It's time to get into the features, and that is quite a view going into turn number 1. Yeah, we sometimes have to deal with that here at Stafford due to the westward facing front straightaway, but what the heck are you gonna do? Thankfully, I've been around this racetrack enough times to know where the entry is. However, we gotta take a look at the practice times here, and we did pretty good in the first practice, right there behind Tom Fern up at the top of the charts. However, let's take a look over at practice number 2, and boom! Absolute burner set by Cousin Tom. 21.5, out of his mind setting that pace. And when it came to the heat race, I mean, the car was stable for the most part, but I just didn't really feel that racy, so threw an adjustment at it going into the feature, and we're just gonna have to see what the racetrack has in store for us this week. I'm gonna need a little bit of help if I want to get up toward the front, I think. finish up the last lap here for week 3 at Stafford Speedway. We went forward, we went backward, and somehow we ended up in the same spot that we started. But what are the lessons that we learned this week? Well, it matters where you put the weight in the race car. I think I did an alright job. I could have done better on the weight placement, but at the same time, I don't know, I think I might have over-adjusted the car, thinking that I needed more help than I did to try and get around the racetrack with the weight that I had, but I don't know. I'm going to be ripping the weight out of the car anyway this week and going back to where I was in week 2, so I'm going to go with that game plan. And with all that being said, once again, just got to thank all these lovely people. I got a couple of nice fancy lists, like I put at the end of every video right here, showing the people that deserves those thanks. Deserves those thanks? Whatever, I'm not even editing. I'm not even taking any of this out. I'll just see you guys next week.